Hi everybody, it's National Spaghetti Day today, so I thought I'd show you guys how I'm making my father's famous baked spaghetti. My father didn't like spaghetti as regular, so my mother used to make this recipe all the time, and of course I have epicurized it. So it's the new year. I want to say thank you for being part of my community and having some fun with me in our new Thrive Good Food, Great Life with Denise. So this is my new group here. It's not a new group. I'm just kind of rewording it or revamping it a little bit to bring you some more information. So I'm going to put up a poll later on today because I really want to know how I can come alongside to really serve you in a greater capacity. So I'm going to bring some recipe solutions. I'm going to talk about a collection of spices each week. And how do you use those spices in a wide variety of ways. So today's the pasta bundle, and in the pasta bundle, hi guys, how are ya? The pasta bundle has the marinara sauce in it. Some of you I know have this in your pantry. It has the 3 onion, which is a staple. We also have, sorry guys, and we also, the roasted garlic aioli, one of my faves. I have salt and pepper, which is always a staple with Epicure, and we're going to talk about mac and cheese. So I'm actually going to use all of these. In the recipe that I did post earlier, I didn't actually add the marinara spice in, so I'm going to do that tonight. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. It's a super easy recipe. Your children can do this. You bake it in the oven. So it's a really great way of using leftover pasta. So you know how we take pasta and then we eyeball it? How much should I make? And a lot of times we have extra pasta. Don't throw that pasta out. If you want, you can freeze that pasta and you can actually use it to make this recipe. So people will ask me tonight, how much did you cook? I normally cook about the size of a quarter. That's how I measure out my pasta for 2, okay? And I think there's some tools out there to measure out pasta for the amount of servings you need. But I always do about a quarter size, maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter size. So that's a kitchen tip for you guys. So the recipe that I posted for you guys doesn't have any portobello mushrooms in it, but you can definitely add vegetables to this recipe with no problem. So I had some portobellos that needed to be eaten, so I chopped them up and I've just been sauteing them in my wok. So this is the Epicure wok. I'm going to turn this down right now. And I've had this wok for a long time, so you can see the mushrooms. I didn't add any oil. I didn't add any butter. I just let them saute. So that's going to give really good flavor to my dish as well. So the first thing you're going to do is you can add a can of tomato sauce, okay? Or I use the glassed tomato sauce. So this is like Presto, and it's just strained tomatoes. There's no flavoring to this at all. So I'm going to add probably about 2 cups. Do you guys want me to measure? I'll measure tonight. I use my prep bowl. So we'll put 2 cups of tomato sauce in, right into your wok, okay? So 2 cups of 19 ounces worth of tomato sauce, okay? So that goes in. And then what you're going to do, you want this to be think of it as a lazy lasagna in a lot of ways with not a lot of hassle. You don't have to worry about the lasagna noodles. It'll all bake together. The other tomatoes I love to use are the Almer Petit Cut tomatoes. So they always have this nice teal color, and they have green peppers, celery, and onions, and they're Petit Cut. So you can see on the bottom right here, they're Petit Cut. What do I like about that? I'm not a chunky tomato girl. None of my family is. So this one is very thin. There isn't a lot of chunks. So I want to drain off some of the juice. I don't want to use all the juice because I'm going to be adding some mac and cheese to this. So I'm just going to grab my strainer. And I normally have my Epicure strainer, but I have to leave it's in another drawer. So I'm not going to drain it completely, but take some of the liquid out. Okay, just shake it. And then I'm going to put that into my wok. You guys can handle that? tomatoes, onions. No, not onions yet. So now what I'm going to do is you could do fresh onions, but who wants to cry cutting onions when you got 3 onion in your cupboard, right? So I'm going to be actually adding a good tablespoon of 3 onion right to this. I'll add 2 tablespoons because I like lots of onion. And I'm going to turn my heat up to about medium right now. I want to put some garlic aioli in. So the amount of spice you put in is totally up to you. You put in what you want to put in, okay guys? So I'm going to put a teaspoon, because we like garlic, of roasted garlic aioli. And I will put in some marinara sauce. So in the recipe I showed you guys, or did earlier, I didn't put the marinara, but I'll put 1 tablespoon of marinara to this. Okay? Guys can handle that? Perfect. So this is where the magic happens. This is where this recipe takes on a whole new flavor. And some people go, oh my God, really? You're putting mac and cheese with all those tomatoes? Trust me, it's delicious. So in my little blender here, I have 1.25 cups. According to the recipe in the back here, it says this is our mac and cheese. You can do it with mac and cheese, or you can do this with Alfredo, okay? And I think you could even probably do this with a Parmesan chicken one too. So then this would have a bit of a Parmesan and pesto flavor. So this here, when I'm making this, it's 2 cups. I stir 1/3 cup of milk and the package. So I actually have a little bit more milk than 1/3. I have about 1 cup. I'm going to pour that into my blender. And the reason why I do this is because sometimes it gets a little lumpy and I don't want any lumps. So I'm just going to turn this on and make some love noise for a minute. Hi, my sister Louise. I'm making Dad's baked spaghetti tonight. So now this is all blended and I'm going to pour that in with this. And you don't really have to cook this at all. You're going to hit it with salt and pepper. To taste. And I think my pasta, and you want your pasta noodles cooked, okay? Al dente, because remember they're going in the oven, they're going to even cook more. So this is quite, let me find mine. So I'm stirring this all together now. And I'll bring my phone over so you guys can see, okay? So here's my, you guys can see it. There's the pasta. Okay, looks really, really good. You just mix that all together, okay? So I'm gonna take you back over here. And my mom, when she used to make this recipe, would just simply put milk in. But I really like it with the mac and cheese, and then she would put tons of grated cheese in. So I only put grated cheese in on the top. So here's my multi-purpose pot from Epicure. And this is the lid, has a strainer built right in, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to strain with a multi-purpose pot. I'm just gonna turn my phone here. You'll see the rest of my kitchen, which is messy. But you're gonna see how I work with a multi-purpose pot. So this has 10 cups of water in it because it's a 12-cupper. I literally, if you have hands that aren't very strong or arthritis or anything, when you normally strain, you have to turn the pot like you're turning your wrist. This, what I do is I put it on the edge of the sink. The weight's there, and all I have to do is hold the lid and pour. So now I'm pouring out all the water. If you want to lift it, you can, but see? And if you blow, the steam will go away. So you won't get a steam burn. And it stays all in your pot, and you can drain away. This pot, this pot's probably, well, I've been with Epicure 16 years. So this pot is 16 years old, and I absolutely love it. So now it's all drained, see? I don't have another strainer to wash, just the lid. Kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna turn you around again. So this is where the magic happens. Now this gets really complicated. Not. Throw your pasta in. Okay. I'll throw this back here. You stir it around. I'm telling you guys, this is an incredible recipe that's super easy. It's so juicy, like it's amazing. Okay. And I'm going to hit it now with cheese on top. And I'll throw it in the oven. And I'll put the lid on because you can use your wok. This is what's really cool about the Epicure wok, is that you can do cooktop and then it goes in the oven too. And the lid is tempered glass, so it goes in the oven as well. So now I'm just going to bake this for probably 25 to 35 minutes. I'll take the lid off and then I'm going to broil it. And I have this really cool baked spaghetti. The other really interesting thing about cooking, like a shepherd's, you can cook shepherd's pie in here. You can do other sauces, it doesn't really matter. What's interesting is that when this bakes in the oven, if you like that little crust, you know, on the outside of your food, this actually will build out a crust as the spaghetti bakes in the oven. So I'm turning off the heat now. This will go in the oven at 350 degrees. And I'll just bake it off for probably 30-35 minutes. And if it takes a little longer, it may. So it just depends on your stove, right? So that's how easy it is to make a beautiful baked spaghetti that your family will love. Super easy to do. And I'm going to build out a side salad, like a Caesar salad on the side. And if you like bread, which we all do, but I'm trying to reduce my bread intake, you can have a side of bread with this too. So bon appetit. Hope this was helpful. I'll come back with some pictures at the end before we serve this spaghetti for National Spaghetti Day. Take care. Love you all. Bye.